Finally, I can record again. I'm very sorry for the absence of Chaos Head, Rootable and Fate Stay Night videos last week. But I've been so sick to the point that I had a fever and a headache and just my voice was totally gone. So after being in bed most of the time for a week and a half, I'm finally, well, not totally healed, but I'm feeling well enough to be able to record, and also my voice is totally better. So let's just continue. I scrape my neck as I listen to Kozupi's story. Who on earth was that man? A homeless person with a poster. To think of it, I felt as if I'd seen people like that several times before. Had they all been the same person? I vaguely recall that scene when that happened with all the, I would say, hypnotized people at the park who all monotonously mumbled, "Whose eyes are those eyes?" There was also the homeless guy there with a poster. Maybe that's the same guy. What I didn't understand was how the homeless man knew about these swords. Maybe, unbeknownst to me, these swords were in truth renowned throughout Japan? Nah, of course not. I scrutinized Kosupi. Her expression was so serene that I had a hard time reconciling it with the disturbing things she told me earlier about killing. She swiftly glided her fingers over the surface of her T-sword.
そういえば、あのおじさん、別れ際にこんなこと言ってたのら。君たちは特別な存在だ。中でも一番特別なのは、その目、誰の目を産み落とした少年。
Okay, I don't know if it's because I'm still a bit sick or if it's this sentence, but this just gave me chills.
らしいんだって。
I think he means Takumi. I was speechless. What in the hell?
西条くん、心当たりあるの？
いや、別に。
嘘ら。心は正直なんだよ。西条くんは今、ものすごーく関係ありますって考えてる。
Damn it. It was hard to deal with how she picked up on everything.
なんか、怖い顔になってる。
Geez, the one thing I'm still struggling with is because of the cold I had, my nose is still itching and burning. Kinda annoying.
その目、誰の目って、西条くんが最初に考えたの？
I think so. I think it was a sentence he thought up in his head when the game started. I bit my lip and stood up. I yanked out the tissue stuffed up my nose. My nosebleed had stopped. Cosby cocked her head to one side and looked up at me.
どこへ？
I'm going home. My side still ached, but I descended to the first floor via the stairs, rather than using the escalator or an elevator. Thanks to that, I managed to avoid the crowd on the way outside. Oh, it feels so good just to be able to talk and record again. I've stopped me waiting to just proceed with all the games. I want to know what happens next. Was a bit thrilled differently after me, teary-eyed.
コズピー、何か怒らせるようなこと言ったかな？
Ignoring a question, I frantically made the wheels in my head turn. The homeless man Cosby had met. A friend of Shogun. Why had he brought up "Whose eyes are those eyes"? Who was the boy who gave birth to Whose Eyes Are Those Eyes? Me? No, wrong. I wasn't a special boy or whatever. I wasn't a hero. After all, I hadn't been able to attain the sword. I was just your average Joe, villager A. I wanted to stay that way. I didn't want to become special. I'd take a pass on having another experience like the one on top of Overfront. And who was that boy? The only person who came to mind was the true new-gen criminal, Shogun. Shogun was an old man, no matter how I looked at him, but his voice and stature were contrarily close to that of a boy. And he obviously wasn't ordinary. He was special. Images of Whose Eyes Are Those Eyes, which had appeared in 2 of the 6 new-gen cases. Words I had often used in my own head. What significance could there be to these thoughtless words? Did the reason why Shogun targeted me with such persistence lie hidden in them? Maybe I ought to search for that homeless guy. He should be somewhere in this city even now, carrying an unusual poster, an incomprehensible message. Look for him, and what next? I stopped, and I shook my head, as though to deny my own thoughts. Shit, I just skipped that. What would become of searching for him? On the contrary, it might result in me plunging into danger of my own accord. Maybe he was working for Shogun, and this was a trap to lure me in. What did I plan on doing if I strolled over to meet him and another quest began from it? I was sick of the kind of terror and anguish I'd been through last time. The same thing went for Kozupi. Why's Kozupi now? At this particular timing, he began speaking to me in my mind. Perhaps he, like you, had been directed by Shogun to approach me? Going by what the dangerous things she'd said about killing and half-killing, it was also conceivable that she might be an accomplice in the new-gen murders. I don't think so. After the disturbance, why did I wanted to say disappearance? After the disturbance at Overfront, Remy had unexpectedly disappeared, without contacting me once. I say I was in the hospital after a failed suicide attempt, and then we were safe. My 2 allies had vanished. Was there any guarantee that Remy would come back for me? Was it really true that Remy had simply been taking time off from school lately? I'd only heard it from Kozupi. I couldn't determine whether or not she was lying. I had the article sensation that every hair on my body stood on end. When you got down to it, my world was all too empty. There was no foundation for me to believe in. Everything seemed like a lie.
それは被害妄想なのら。
Kozupi stood close behind me. Her mental voice was as carefree as always. He bore a brutal-looking deep sword with both hands. He cast an upward glance at me. I looked away from her. Are you my ally or my enemy? Which one? Have you come to kill me?
コズピはただ。
Only? Without warning, Kozupi let out a strange cry. When I raised my head, startled, she was waving her hand in some other direction instead of looking at me. Senna? Senna? Xiang? Surely not. I followed Kozupi's line of sight, and there, as expected, was...
小杖か。
And as expected, they know each other. Senna was walking towards us, her these words on her shoulder, and an expression that spoke of an endlessly bad mood on her face. I couldn't help assuming a defensive position. Why had Senna appeared here? Another coincidence? Or a planned out trap? Is these... Yeah, I can't speak. Did these two know each other? I mean, I would almost say obviously. Then had Kozupi called her here? For them to kill me together?
だからそれは被害妄想だよ。
But what should I believe in? I had encountered Senna many times before now. She's never tried to attack me. Plus, she was the one who gave you evidence about the whole current perception not being the true world, so to speak. That didn't necessarily mean she was my ally. Besides, she scared me.
セナさんは怖くないよ。
Kozupi, please don't speak out of turn like that.
怖い？何のことだ？
And Kozupi is also sending her thoughts to Senna. That's just great. Unsurprisingly, Senna also seemed to be able to hear Kozupi's inner voice.
なんでもないです。
Taking nary a glance at my state of panic, Kozupi seemed awfully delighted. He faced down as she clung bashfully to the hem of Senna's clothes. Amid such an amusing pair, then I started to feel like an idiot for being so anxiety-ridden. They almost appeared to be sisters. A strong-hearted, reliable big sister, and a quiet little sister who adored her. And with both of them having small breasts. Oh, Takumi. Man, there was nothing to say about that. But good job. No. Get a hold of yourself. Kozupi is gonna read your mind again. Besides, I could lose my life if I relaxed my guard. Well, I must say, I kinda like these outfits. I wondered what kind of connection lay between them. Had they become acquainted at school? But they were in different grades. Well, isn't it kinda obvious? They both have these swords. I mean, even Hayase has a D sword, so it makes sense that they know each other through that. Was there something like a bond between fellow sword bearers? Are both of them working under Shogun? I mentioned this quite a few times before, but I think that Shogun wanted to trigger Takumi's killing intent on purpose in order for him to draw his D sword. But Takumi never wanted to kill Shogun, he just wanted it to stop. And that's why it failed. I stood like a cat to prepare myself to run away on moment notice. With your back arched. And just a thick tail, I would assume. In concrete terms. That meant putting my weight on the balls of my feet. By doing this, you could slip into motion with a cat's swiftness. Allegedly. I'd read about it in the manga. A long time ago. I mean... the moment you think it, they will know about it, so running away is not going to help you. At all.
セナさんはね、コズピーが東京に来てから最初のお友達なのら。ね、ね。
Rather than replying, Senna gave me a glare. Because she's always glaring. And you think she would slash out at me with a sword, but she didn't do anything. She didn't seem particularly angry. Am I calling her scary?
小杖、どうしてこいつと？
たくみちゃんはクラスメートです。
Takumi-chan?
ほいでね、たくみちゃんはコズピーの剣が見えるんだよ。
それは知っている。こいつもギガロマニアックスだ。
Oh, we have a term for it. It seems kind of familiar, so I'm not sure if that term has been coined before and I just forgot about it. Hello. What?
ギガロマニアックス。理想度が見える人のこと。たくみちゃんもそうだよ。
Which means we should be able to summon our own sword. Gigalomaniac. Well decided on that name. If there were a name for it. Didn't it mean this ability wasn't all that rare? Or just people who are it just came up with that name?
あ、セナさんはガルガリ君買いに行くとこなんですね。
それは。
Oh, she's blushing? Okay, thumbnail. Apparently, the bee has read Senna's mind. Speaking of which, I've seen Senna eating a Crunchy-kun before. It was almost winter time. It was kind of impressive that she could eat popsicles outdoors despite the increasing cold. Yeah, she must really love them.
ほいじゃあ、みんなで一緒に行きましょう。
Jose declared in her internal voice, and tugged playfully at Senna's hand and began walking off with her.
たくみちゃんも早く。
あ、いや、僕は。
I'd been intending to decline her offer and go straight home, but just then, Cosby went all teary-eyed. Her damp gaze pleaded with me silently. Crocodile tears, probably. Beside her, Senna fired a biting glare at me.
ついてこい。お前にもおごってやる。
Oh. Free ice cream? Who can say no to free ice cream? It would seem that Senna too was weak against Gossipy's weeping attacks. At her urging, I reluctantly went towards a convenience store located close by a police box. I see she bought one Crunchy-kun for each of us. Two of them sat against the handrail in front of the police box and bit into theirs. Aren't you supposed to just lick popsicles? Not bite into them? Or have I been eating popsicles wrong all my life? Gossipy really did seem overjoyed. Dana, on the other hand, wore an indifferent look. Well, Sanna's either a kudere or tsundere type, so that would make sense. I mean, it's kind of funny, she's a kudere and she likes ice cream. I was going out of my mind. The police officer on duty was right in front of our eyes. Despite that, he showed zero indication of paying any attention to the two girls who were presently breaking the swords and firearms control law. Well, because he probably can't see the swords. He was a policeman, for Pete's sake. He could obviously see us, but he didn't pay them any heed, much less arrest them.
食べないの？
When Gossipy pointed it out, I helplessly bit into my Crunchy-kun. The cases of those around us bothered me. Tana and Gossipy were cute. The spectacle of two cute, flat-chested sisters, together with a creepy otaku, and on top of that, all with us eating Crunchy-kuns under the cold open sky, was so surreal, we couldn't avoid standing out. Was I being overly self-conscious? I would say yes. But I don't know. I guess it's just anxiety that makes you, well, second guess everything. And doubt everything. I constantly heard something snickers. Hallucination? Was it just supposed to be laughing? I didn't want to be conspicuous. I didn't want anyone to look at me. My fear of each of all those cases. I should have put on a hat or something. In any case, I wanted to get out of here ASAP. As I desperately kept on eating my Crunchy-kun with that goal in mind, my body went chilly. This was totally gonna give me diarrhea. Well, shit. I wondered if the two of them weren't cold.
で、梢、なぜこいつと一緒なんだ？
こいつじゃなくて、たくみさんですよ。たくみさんが悪い人にいじめられてて倒れてたのら、だからコズピーが解放してあげたの。
Yeah, and someone beat him up rather badly. Cheat. Done it to me?
ディソードを使ったの？
殺したかったとかバキって。
Not going to lie, that's kinda cute and scary at the same time. Must be appeared to be gesturing to illustrate what I was saying, but because her enormous D-sword occupied the left hand, she had to wave her spare hand around. But that one was, of course, holding a Crunchy-kun. Gossipy's Crunchy-kun. Oh no! From which she's only taking a single bite. Flew away in a perfect arch. I don't even know how to say that. It hit the middle of the road and splattered. Come on. Let me just buy her a new one. Because I stared at its remnants, looking at us as if she were about to burst out crying.
うかつな真似は避けろと言っただろ。
ごめんなさい。もった
アイスのことじゃない。ディソードのことだ。
Then Hannah goes to be the Crunchy-kun she'd been eating. Ah. Apparently, she was giving it to her, and she took it. Or as she took it, because we were all shy and bowed her head. To think that Senna could be so kind. How unexpected.
でも悪い人には罰ゲームをするのが当たり前だよ。
What punishment game exactly was it? Who had developed those bricks in a blue bath? Was it me perhaps? Or me?
たくみちゃん
Huh?
セナさんはね、すごーく何でも知ってるんだよ。リソードっていう名前もセナさんに教えてもらったのら。
Interesting. I mean, Sana was also the one who gave us the documents about the whole virtual something world. I forgot how exactly the name was.
あとリアルブータ。あれれ、ブッダ
リアルブート。
What was it? I've never heard those words before. The same was true of that gigolo whatever from before.
リアルブートしてない件は誰にも見えなかったはずなのにね。セナさんにだけ見えてたの。理想度が見える人に会ったの、セナさんが初めてだったんだ。
I kinda get the impression that Senna might be the first.
その時はおひゃーって思って、なんで見えるんですかって聞いちゃった。ギガロマニアックスだからなんだって。
ギガロマニアックスって何なの？
さっき言ったのら。
Yeah, I know there are people who can see these swords, but just do you want more information?
剣が見える人だよ。
No, in greater detail, like the principle of how it works. Probably they can see through the delusions.
ディラックの海に干渉できる力を持つ者。
I would love to look up what the direct sea is, but the tips are not translated, so sorry.
それがギガロマニアックスだ。
Senna answered instead.
ディラックの海。
Then I cast a scornful glance at me as I tilted my head. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Contrary to appearances, I'm pretty damn smart. I sort of remembered something about the direct sea being a concept in quantum mechanics.
負のエネルギーでいっぱいに満たされた観測不能の境界名とかだっけ？
Filled with negative energy?
大雑把に言えばそんなようなものだ。そしてそこに干渉するための端末がディソード。ディラックの海に突っ込んだパイプの先端と考えればいい。
So direct sea is basically the internet. And these swords are basically computers to access the internet. Just to compare the two.
ディラックの海とつながっているからディソードも負の物質で構成されている。無限に崩壊している存在なんだ。 だから普段は普通の人間には触れることも見ることもできない妄想のようなものでしかない。
I think the biggest question is why? What is its purpose exactly?
このディソードこそあらゆるリアルブートのためのショートカット的役割を果たす。ディソードとディラックの海とのチャネルを大きくすることでディラック方程式の空港理論によって対生成が起き粒子と反粒子を作り出せる。この粒子がギガロマニアックスが生み出す妄想、世界にとってのエラー。そのエラーを現実とするには作り出した粒子を他人のデッドスポットに送り込めばいい。粒子は即座に電気信号に変換され周囲の人間に共通の認識、現実として成立する。
So if I'm understanding correctly, in layman's terms, it's basically when you see as a D-sort wielder, when you see something that is a delusion, you can basically copy that vision and paste it into the sights of the people around you, and then everyone perceives it as reality, and thus it becomes reality.
逆に消したいときは粒子を送り込んだデッドスポットに今度は反粒子を送り込み追消滅してやればいい。
Come to think of it, in the past, Sana had said,
世界の仕組みは3つの数字で全て説明できる。0と1、そしてマイナス1。ディソードはそのマイナス1を生み出すためのショートカットになる。
My head was getting tangled up here.
周囲の人間に共通の認識となると妄想が現実になるってどういうこと？
例えばお前が今手にしているガルガリ君、お前にはどう見える？
どうって水色をしたアイス。
その水色のアイスは本当に現実だと証明できるか？
A Crunchy-kun was a Crunchy-kun, wasn't it? You could tell with a glance, and it'd be cold if you ate it. I thought that sort of thing was obvious, but
人は目で見たものを脳が認識して初めてそれが水色のアイスと理解できる。でも脳が本人の意識しないままに嘘をついている可能性だってあるんだぞ。脳が生み出した自分一人だけがそう思い込んでいる妄想かもしれないんだ。
じゃあどうやって現実だって証明するの？
他の人もお前の持っているものが水色のアイスであると観測すればそれは2人以上の人間の共通の認識となる。お前一人だけの妄想じゃなくなるんだ。妄想を現実にするときにはそれを逆説的に捉えればいい。
in short, if you corrosively showed your solitary delusions, the particles formed by your D-sort to the people in your surroundings, they would become real. Like the flower bed. And did I have that ability as well?
うずぴさっぱり。とにかくこの剣は普通の人には見えないの。
Speed gave Senna her Crunchy-kun back, and then tripped out into the road. He stood in front of the people walking along the street, and all of a sudden, who knows what she was thinking, started taking huge swings with a D-sword. Well, those swings, or at least the sword, just would probably just pass through. Different matter.
やべっ！
I covered my eyes. He's finally shown her true colors and truth. She'd been a heinous murderer all along, and now the road would now be a sea of blood. If someone were cut down by that colossal sword, their torso would be divided straight in two. Cosby was going to get caught red-handed. After all, the police box was right beside us. The police officer would clearly witness it. I think the other people would just perceive it as Cosby just weirdly dancing or waving around.
たくみさん、そんなことにはなってないよ。
I wondered why it was so quiet. Even though people were getting slashed up with a sword in the middle of Shibuya in broad daylight. No one was screaming. I didn't hear the policeman yelling either. I gradually opened my eyes. Nothing had happened. Cosby continued swinging her gigantic sword around, although she seemed a bit embarrassed. It was clearly hitting passers-by, the roadside fence, the ground, and so forth. Yet nothing happened. She didn't cut anything. It's just like Senna told us. For that matter, her sword was passing clean through things, almost as if they were illusions. No, wrong. It's the reverse. The sword itself has no substance. The people walking in the area didn't stir whatsoever. They couldn't see her sword.
ピンポンピンポン。イソードは妄想の剣なのだ。
Now that she mentioned it, Isa had said something similar before. Like, the swords only appear in the eyes of those with the power. Beside me, Senna let out a weary sigh and bit her Crunchy-kun. She probably thinks that we're slow as hell.
あのディソードは今は梢の作ったエラーでしかない。周囲共通認識はまだ成立していない。
リアルブートしたらみんなに見えるようになるのです。
Real boot? Was that the act of sending particles into nearby people's dead spots? Which wasn't to say I understood what a dead spot was.
ズシャーってしたり、ドガーってできるようにもなるよ。
Please explain it was something easier to understand than sound effects. But I grasped the basic nuances of what she meant. Slash probably signified cutting with a sword. Then would Boom Crash be hitting? What exactly was she cutting and hitting? Did Cosby do such frightening things? Me too. Did I too possess a power like that? No, I'm not unique. I'm not a yellow maniac. No, Takumi, you're just being extremely tense right now. You can see the swords, that means you are one too, you can get one too. Because after all, I'd failed to acquire a D-sword. That's because your killing intent was not strong enough.
剣は見えたよね。だからそのうちたくみさんも持てるの。
It's impossible. It had been impossible even up at our front. I'd seen the sword, but I hadn't understood how to take hold of it.
どうやって手に入れるかっていうと。
Cosby put a finger in her mouth and looked at Senna. Senna sighed again.
バイオリズムの上昇によって中脳変影系ニューロンのドーパミンが過剰分泌された時、ディソードは現れる。それは危機的な状況や興奮、悲しみ、憎しみ、笑いなど人それぞれだ。
So, heightened emotions. To a certain point.
ドーパミン分泌量が多ければ それだけ観測しやすくなる。
たくみさん、そういうことなのら。
The breadth of Senna's knowledge was aberrant. Maybe she was unbelievably intelligent. More than that? She knew so much about it that she practically came across as a gigalomaniac scholar or something. First of all, even if you searched all through Japan, you'd have a hard time finding a high school girl capable of discussing such complex theories and technical terminology off the top of her head. Where on earth has she studied this? Why are such mysterious personages gathering around me? Is this probably, maybe, secretly, a harem game? I would hope not. Somebody, show me the answer. I'm too tired of pondering it. It revolted me to remain in the state of half understanding, but I didn't feel like researching the rest myself, because... Come on, everyone. None of them are normal. Embracing my bitter thoughts, I took one last mouthful of my melting Crunchy-kun.
あ、当たりだ。
One? Popsicle stick was carved with the words, "Winner." Just we came back and took a look at my hand.
たくみさん、すっごいね。
大した運だな。
セナさん、自分も当たりが出てほしかったって羨ましがってるのら。
そんなことは思っていない。
I don't think you can fool Gossipy that easily. After all, she'll just read anything you're thinking.
セナさんはいつも当たりが出ないかなとワクワクしながらガルガリ君を食べてるのら。
But what can you win? With these swords?
当たりを引いたのはどれくらい
1割3分の何。
She really had it down. Did she recalculate it every time she ate one? Anna too had finished eating her Crunchy-kun. She stared intently at the remaining stick and let out a small snort. It's drawn a blank, huh? Going by her face. Won't Takumi just be kind and just trade her?
よかったらどうぞ。
I tentatively held the winning stick toward her.
他人に施しを受けるつもりはない。私は自分の可能性を試しているだけだ。
でも本心では欲しいって言ってるね。
あげますよ。僕アイスはあんまり食べないし。
Then I pursed her lips and gently accepted the winning popsicle stick.
ありがとう。
The fires left me speechless. To think I'd heard words of gratitude from Sanna's lips, it was a situation far exceeding my imagination. I chose green, by the way. Which I kinda know that green are positive delusions and red are nightmarish delusions or bad delusions. But I still don't know what to pick, so I'm just picking as I go along. Perhaps unaware of my startlement, Sanna cast a look at me and
お前優しいな。
muttered only those two words before whipping her face away. Was this a figment of my imagination, or had she seemed a little bit flushed just now? Well, I changed my view of her a bit now that she'd given me her sincere thanks. I thought she was scary, but parts of her were cute as well.
セナさんは今 今ので
Must be thrilled in place and peered happily at our faces.
たくみさんのこと好きになっちゃったのら。
小杖、何をバカな。
顔がプッポーってなってるの。
うるさいうるさい。
That's a line from... This was a speech quirk in the Mother of All Tsundere games. Lugano June. When it inexplicably broke into a grin. Then I jabbed a finger at me.
お前もニヤニヤしてるんじゃない。
Not that could be too bad, this is a delusion. Just the first time I'd seen such an adorable flustered Stella, beginning to feel that mischievous. I asked her an experimental question.
ガルガリ君は好きですか？
悪い。
どの辺が？
美味しいだろ。
それだけ。
あと可愛い。
Someone muttered ambiguously.
かわいいかわいい。
Is it possible for popsicles to be cute or uncute?
アイスがじゃないから。ガルガリ君が可愛いんだ。
I see. The mascot character. Was it actually cute?
あのイガグリ頭が最高だ。抱きしめて頬ずりしたくない。
Her expression as she spoke was indeed that of a maiden in love. But, well, different people have different interests and tastes and whatnot.
それよりお前、
たくみさんですよ。
たくみしゃんなのか。
違う。シャンはつけなくても。
名前は？
I felt like I told her before, but apparently she had forgotten me.
西條匠です。
だったら西条。もうこれ以上エラーを作るのはやめておけ。
は？
なんで？剣は自分の心なのら否定しちゃダメ。コズピーはこの剣のおかげで助かったよ。
Saved her. What had happened in Cosby's past? It also bothered me that she had mentioned wishing to kill.
妄想を現実にする行為にはリスクがつきまとう。粒子とともに追生成される反粒子はディソードにストックされていくんだ。反粒子は数学的に言えば過去へ向かうものだから。ストックすればするほどギガロマニアックスには現在の状態とのズレが発生し、やがてその矛盾により存在としての自己崩壊へ至る。
Are you sure you're speaking Japanese?
小杖もあまりディソードを出すのはやめるんだ。普通に生活していきたいなら私の忠告を聞け。これはお前たちの命に関わる話だ。
Tana didn't appear to be saying it as a joke. She wasn't the type to joke around. Also, if the delusion ended already, that was a nice delusion. Wholesome and cute instead of just over the top pervy.
ましてや西条、お前はディソードなしでリアルブートした。本来ならそんなことできるはずがないんだ。
Well, that must be the reason why Shogun is targeting us.
ディラックの海にはディソードを通してしか干渉できないんだから。
But instead we, as a person, are acting as the conduit.
お前は普通じゃない。 奴らに目をつけられてもおかしくない。
奴らって。
ギガロマニアックスの力を悪用しようとしている連中がいる。
それって将軍？
知らない。誰だそれは。
Busby isn't lying.
ついてないよ。
西条。将軍とは。
Well, that's another long story. The chill and her voice met each other. Naturally, I couldn't bring myself to meet her eyes. She sees my shut front. It became hard to breathe. Why was she so violent? I had done something wrong.
そいつは40代ぐらいの男か。
違うよ。小さなじいさんだよ。
Then I let me go at once.
そいつもギガロマニアックスなのか。
Maybe, possibly.
わからない。でもニュージェネの真犯人だよ。
真犯人だと。
Then I laid a finger against her chin and lapsed into thought. A volatile atmosphere. An identifiable anxiety. Then I knew something. What the heck was it? Or were the people trying to abuse the power of megalomaniacs?
あ、そうだそうだ。3人で記念撮影しましょう。ほらあれ。
Must be abruptly piped up into a cheery voice, pointing at something. It was the arcade next to the police box. If we were to take a commemorative photo there, it would inevitably end up. Yep, it turned out like this.
たくみさん、ほら真ん中。
いや、僕は。
セナさん、横見てたらダメです。
私はこういうのは。
コズピーだって初めてなのだ。時々。
Obeying the on-screen instructions, Busby kept pressing the buttons without obtaining her consent. Before Senna and I had time to mentally prepare ourselves, a voice came out of the screen.
はい、ポーズ。パシャッ。
Their T-source didn't show up in the photograph we took.